Welcome to Pody Mouths. This is Stephanie.
Bart.
Brad.
And today we're going to talk about weird people signs. And what I mean by weird people signs is the shit that you do every day that you think makes you totally weird, but is not only extremely common in pretty much everybody, but is explained by science. Science. Every time somebody says the word science, I think of Step Brothers where they're like, we put liquid paper on a bee. It died. Science.
What's your favorite part of that movie?
Boats and hose. So, well, hold on, real quick, segue, before we get started on this shit.
So we were in a car, driving down the road, and there was a question about what were the names of Christopher Columbus's boats when he came to America. I'm like, the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria. And this chick starts singing the Boats and Hose song.
No, I answered. I was like, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. And Bert's like, you don't remember shit. How did you remember that? And I'm like, Step Brothers, bitch. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. I do you in the bottom while I'm drinking sangria. Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. We won't go down because my dick can float. That's my favorite part of that whole movie. That and Catalina wine mixer.
So much room for activities.
Anyway, besides the fact that
topic.
I'm a weird person and that's how my mind works. Super interesting topic. And I'm sure that you've done this yourself and a bunch of people have done it too. Mimicking people's accents.
I don't know if I've done an accent.
Have you ever been hanging around somebody long enough, you start to notice you put inflections on words like they do, or you start to mimic their mannerisms, how they use their hands and stuff?
I've picked up mannerisms.
Yeah, so that's a part of it. And apparently it is super common, and actually in nature, it's a compliment, but it's called the chameleon effect. And it's not non-conscious mimicry of a person's face, expressions, mannerisms, posture, and even vocal tone, including pitch, power, and pace. So I notice that when I hang out with people, everybody kind of gets loud too.
Is the subconscious to this, the person thinks that part of the other person's interesting, that's why they pick up on it?
Yeah, I think it's like a relation thing. So when you're vibing with somebody, things are going back and forth, you're pushing your energy at them, they're picking it up, they're pushing their energy at you, and it just kind of
intertwine.
Yeah, it kind of gets in there, which, example of this shit, Bert's sister and Bert's brother's wife. Neither of them have country accents. The second you put those two in a fucking room together, and it's because they're friends. They've been friends since what?
No, they were both middle school and high school.
Yeah, they've been friends since middle school and high school. You put both those chicks in a room, they get country as fuck. They're like, hi, Alicia! Hi, Kel! I mean, it just gets southern as fuck, and I'm like, where does this come from? And then I start being like, what are y'all doing?
You get it too?
Yeah, man! They're fucking infectious as hell! It's crazy!
So, we grew up in a rural community.
Rural.
It was country. It's fuck. But, if I run into somebody, from school, I get a country twang.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. Y'all comes out, talking about the holla and the creek and everything else.
The thing is,
truck. Not truck. It's truck.
We're just going to use names. They'll be okay with it. We're not doing last names. I'll be talking to Kelly, just me and her. Fucking totally fine. I'm talking to Alicia. Fucking totally fine. But you get those two in a room together and, hee-haw. Fucking...
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I guess it's because they both grew up going to Kentucky schools with kids with accents like that. So I guess in their groups of friends, they all kind of started mimicking that accent or whatever. And I guess it's like member berries for them. The second they're in a room together, that yeehaw starts coming out. And I'm like, holy shit, where are we?
Do you remember the movie Clueless? I think it was Clueless. No, it was Beverly Hillbillies where they had the cowboys. Or was that Clueless? It was one of those movies where there was the stockbrokers and they're all drinking coffee.
It was Clueless.
And then they're these are the cowboys and they're all wearing boots and they got lassos and they have never seen a horse. I mean, it's that bad in the country.
My sister says that her husband does it sometimes, and I'm like, "Where's he from?" And she's like, "Here."
Miss Cabins.
No, my sister has the same affliction I do. As we start talking, the faster our lips wag, the more we start to mispronounce things. That's not mimicking accents. That's bumbling over our words.
So the neat thing about a chameleon effect, it says that it's your body trying to make the interaction between the other person you're talking with smoother and increasing your likability and rapport with that person.
Yes, it says
you're trying to mimic them so they feel a connection to you.
And it's totally not conscious.
Yeah, you don't realize you're doing it.
I don't realize I'm doing it until I start joining the hee-haw fucking twins.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, holy shit. But it's listed, it says it, and I think this is super fucking cute. The girl in me comes out. It creates a bond of intimacy and friendship.
I mean, I've seen it because, I work with people that are, of all cultures and everything else. And you have people, I guess you would say they had, hood speak. Not to sound mean or anything, but they have the slang and everything else there. And I can see another group, which I know did not grow up in no hood, and they're right there with them, like, all the way.
Not gonna lie, I watched a lot of Bernie Mac when I was little.
Love Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac's a shit.
May you live in peace.
At one point, whenever I would get pissed off and start bitching, people will refer to it as me macking out because I would suddenly, channel Bernie Mac.
Love Bernie Mac.
And I would get, his inflictions and shit, and I would say, motherfucker, every 10 seconds because of how much I watched Bernie Mac.
I say motherfucker every 10 seconds, but I don't know who I would contribute that to.
Interesting fact, since we're talking about weird people science, but people who swear a lot tend to be more loyal, upfront, and honest with friends.
They're also supposed to be smarter.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Boom. There are sentence enhancers.
In English class, we call those adjectives.
I was referring to SpongeBob. Thank you very much.
What was the noise he made?
What?
The dolphin noise?
Oh, the dolphin noise whenever they would cuss. There are sentence enhancers. You just sprinkle them on anything and whammo. I love Patrick. Anyway, so also, and I am a super big offender of this one, and this is why people call me retarded. Telling stories that aren't yours.
All the time.
See, I don't know if I've done that yet either.
So many people have such better stories than me, and I have to tell them.
See, I don't even do it like my sister. She has no patience for my bullshit anymore. She'll scream at me, "God damn it, you told me that yesterday," or "I told you that yesterday." So it's actually called cryptomnesia. And cryptomnesia stems from a failure to simultaneously engage in creative thinking and monitor where the incoming ideas came from. So it's basically your brain remembers the information, but it doesn't remember how you got it. And now you're trying to relay that information. So I could talk to my sister on Tuesday and call her Wednesday and be like, "You want to hear some fucked up shit I heard?" And tell her, and then she'll be like, "I fucking told you that yesterday." I do that all the time.
I just forget the information.
See, I remember the information. I don't remember the source.
I've got a buddy that would just straight up steal stories. Like, I would tell him, an event I went out and did, and then I'd hear him telling other people my story. Never made any sense to me, but whatever.
So he tried to claim it as his own.
Yeah.
That was a story.
Yeah, that's not cryptomnesia. That's just being a punk ass bitch.
See, what I do is I actually freaking, I was like, hey, my boss told me this. I think I've done it in a couple of these pods, actually, where something happened to them, I don't try to claim it for myself, but there have been times where I'll start telling somebody a story, and then I realize that they're the ones that told it to me.
If I do realize that it's not information that I found, I'll usually say, I don't know where I heard it from, but... Because it could have been a YouTube video, it could have been one of my friends, it could have been the person I'm sitting in the fucking room with. But if I remember that I didn't get the information from them, I usually say, I don't remember where I heard this, but, and then tell them what I heard. But also, time. When I heard information is relative. I'd be like, so at some point, I think it was last week, I heard this, and my sister will go, "You told me that 6 months ago." And I'm like, I felt like I read that story last week. Whatever's going on in my subconscious it's busy. It's real fucking busy. Because I think I'm an offender of every single one of these we're about to talk about. Like a chronic offender.
So one of the most famous people that had this cryptomnesia was Helen Keller. She wrote a story called The Frost King, which actually was called out to be plagiarism, but it was based off buried memories of a fairy tale she had read 4 years previously to writing it.
I think these just make life interesting. Because you're always surprised when you tell somebody the same story twice, or when you tell somebody a story that they already told you. Then you get to relive that moment. I'm so glad that my friendship comes with like a public service disclaimer. Like, brain does not work properly. Just deal with it. Hang on and enjoy the fucking ride. I don't know why I am this way. But another one I'm classically chronic for is laughing when things are not funny.
Yeah, I think everyone does that.
So I didn't realize that there was a science behind this. I thought this was just a typical coping mechanism. I do it when I'm nervous, when I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like things are like intense, like either super like high, like anger, or like depression and sadness. It doesn't matter what the scenario is. If I'm uncomfortable or nervous, I'm laughing when I shouldn't be.
Yep, I know several people who are like that with their mannerisms. They start laughing, or they'll start answering yes to everything, even though the answer could be no. Like that, somebody would ask them a question, like yes, no. And, I mean, that's what they do, and then they'll giggle a little bit. I actually interviewed a guy like that once, and it was an interesting interview. But you could tell he was just super nervous.
Yeah.
My teachers hated me in high school because, well, I mean, to be honest, I was always popping off at the mouth. But what would happen is they would pop back, and then I would just start laughing because obviously the situation has just gotten out of control. So now I'm nervous, and then they would think that I was just laughing at them. I frustrated so many teachers when I was growing up. I'm just awkward as fuck. I can't help it. But let's see what it says. It says, during studies, scientists noticed that laughter is often used to dissipate tension caused by fear and anxiety. And it actually has been shown to increase your pain threshold. So, like, you mentally making light of something makes intense situations less intense because you have that as a backup to control your fear and anxiety. It gives you positive grounding, it says. I thought that was really nice. And the fact that it increases your pain threshold, I don't know. It didn't say specifically it was like physical pain or emotional pain. But if anybody's ever had a dry stick while trying to have an IV put in, if you can take that, you can take anything.
Dry stick.
Yeah, where they missed the fucking vein.
Oh, yeah. They can't find my veins.
I got one good one. I told this bitch, I got this one good one. And she dry stuck me 9 times before the main lady came in and was like, look, just stick her in the good one.
I've had like 3, I think, tops.
And I was in labor at the time, so
yeah.
awesome.
Double duty.
Fun night.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it. But I held fucking still. I mean, I took a chunk of that hospital bed with
like
me.
Like a banshee all night?
No. She
took it like a champ.
Good. We're approaching the 6-year anniversary, actually. So.
Yep. Of me leaking amniotic fluid down every single aisle of this hospital because we didn't know where to go.
Yeah, because we did our tour at a different hospital.
Yeah. They're like, we can tell you at this hospital. And I was like, why not? A big mistake. But, Brad, you ever piss anybody off laughing when you shouldn't?
Probably, because I do that a lot.
So, Brad doesn't know this about himself, but I do, because I've been in plenty of situations with him. Brad does this constantly while drunk. So one night he split this guy's head open over an argument about Dimebag Darrell.
It was too soon for him to be talking shit.
And the whole time Brad's laughing his ass off. Dude's bleeding from the head, and we got bounced from the bar.
Because I thought it was funny. The guy was a fucking asshole.
You
wasn't a nervous laugh.
Yeah.
What do you deserve?
Yeah, he did. And you know that greasy fucker did.
I know. Like, I didn't complain. And
Tell the listeners, give it some more backstory before you paint me some fucking
No, I'm not painting you with that. No. So listen, no, legitimately, the guy was a super like a super fucking creep.
Ruined the whole night.
Ruined the whole fucking night, and while he was bleeding from the head, because we had to drive him separate. So it was actually my birthday.
Yeah, I ruin all her birthdays, by the way. She doesn't even go out anymore.
So, we had to like send the DD with one group to take them home so they could come back for the other group because we had to separate this dude and Brad. And he had been hitting on my sister earlier on in the evening. So now he's in a car with my DD and my sister, and he's gushing blood from his forehead, and he's still hitting on my sister.
Dedication.
And he legitimately, he was a super creep. But I just love it. Like, my fear was the whole cop situation. But, yeah, Brad's just standing in the bar still trying to get another drink. Like, I've already run outside. In the parking lot, freaking out. Brad's just like, I need another beer. That guy was a bitch.
I was having a good time, man. He ruined the whole night, you know. I didn't want it to end.
But yeah, Brad, he gets the giggles when he's drinking, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. He's going to giggle.
I will.
Brad's got a great giggle, though. So it doesn't bother me. One of our friends messaged me on Facebook, and she was like, how did Brad do during the personal pleasure devices episode? And I was like, he giggled through the whole thing. You know Brad? Bert doesn't do that. He just laughs at me.
No, I laugh at inopportune times. I remember one time I did something. I was like 12. And my dad came after me with the belt. And he bust my ass. And I just started laughing.
I did
You
that
think that's funny? I'll give you something to laugh about. I was like, okay. I just kept laughing.
I did that a lot.
He finally was like, screw it. Whatever.
So since you do a lot of hiring at your job, right?
Yep.
So when you notice somebody's like nervous and acting goofy, does that base your judgment on like whether you hire them or not, or do you take that into consideration?
So I try to take into consideration. So the gentleman I was talking about earlier, this really great looking resume. You can tell he was an all around good kid. Mm-hmm. Just his mannerisms. I mean, when he was nervous, he just would giggle and
I get that
else.
way.
And I was like, all right, I can't be superficial. I need to look to the next layer, see what this kid's all about. Mm-hmm. And we still ended up hiring him, and he did really, really well for us. He just actually left for a different opportunity here recently. But he did really well for us. I mean, he was a really good candidate for what we were looking for. A little inexperienced, but I mean, he was learning. He caught on to stuff very quickly. He had the passion that the job really required.
Yeah. So
I am glad we didn't just judge him by the fact that he couldn't stop laughing during interviews.
Yeah.
We've done other interviews with individuals where, they're just like
Deadpan.
dead quiet. I can ask them,
Unreadable.
so tell me about the best experience you ever had. Yes. Tell me about the scariest situation you ever been.
Tornado.
No. I don't even get that. I get yes and no from people. Then we get others that are very like loose-lipped, and I don't know if this is a weird people science thing, but I wasn't a part of this interview, so I'm going to tell somebody else's story.
Cryptonesia.
But I'm not claiming it as mine, though.
We're experiencing
it wasn't any of these folks who told me. But this gentleman came in, and he was looking for a job, and they asked him why he was trying to get another job, because he was currently employed. He goes, well, I'm just the kind of guy where there's a better opportunity, I'm going for it. Probably not the best thing to say in a job interview.
Yeah.
Okay. They asked him, how's your working relationship with other people, women? He's like, as long as I got to work with women, I'm good. Women, they're a problem. He said this during
oh my God.
And my friend said, we have 6 female employees that work in this department. And he's like, oh, you do. It was just so funny because it's like,
what did he expect?
I expect people to be honest, okay? And not everybody's going to be 100% honest in an interview. Because, you may have a bad trait and you don't want it to come out.
Yeah.
But you would think somebody's going to censor the things they say if they want the job. Like, we're going to pay you $5 an hour. And if I don't have a job and I need money, I'm like, okay, that sounds a little low. I could say that. I'm not going to be like, please, are you freaking serious? $5 an hour? Are you out of your mind? That's what I'm thinking. But I'm going to say it in a much calmer, much more filtered way. This guy, no filter.
Here, what I want to know is what job did he think he was going to be able to apply for where he didn't have to work with women?
Construction.
No, I'm telling you.
Not true. I worked with a lot of women when I did construction.
Not to mention that, but have you ever sat in fucking road construction these days?
Well,
all those bitches, like all those people out there holding like the stop and the slow signs are women these days.
There ain't gonna be no women digging ditches.
I would for the right amount of pay.
Yeah, but they don't pay ditch diggers much.
All right. So you brought this up. I worked on a job where Every trade was out there. Electricians, plumbers, carpenters, everybody, union, non-union. We were all working out there. All had a job to build this building. There was this one lady who was a welder and iron worker. And she was like an Amazon woman. She was like freaking built. And her little boyfriend was like super skinny, a welder too. And like it looks like I was like 21 at the time. It looked like I could flick this guy in half. He was so skinny. And one of the bosses on the job said, "Hey, see that woman there? Yeah." He's like, "That's the kind of woman when you get done, she'll you ain't finished."
Construction workers. So first of all, I may have worked retail. Retailers like to hire women. But I worked in a working warehouse retailer. I was forklift certified, and I was the only one that could deadlift a couch onto somebody's fucking minivan. So,
brag a little bit.
Just saying, I could also, in my prime, not today because I'm a broken asshole bitch, but in my prime, I could have dug a ditch for the right pay.
Tell you, man, fucking, they paid us $9 an hour, and you dug from the time you got there to the time you left.
Now, listen, if I could dig ditches with excavators and shit, sign me up. Because driving the forklift, driving the forklift was the highlight of my day. I love heavy machinery.
Did you sing anything like chain gang style? Swing low.
I should have. It might have made it a little bit more bearable.
I mean, there ain't nothing like working and singing. It's a great thing about retailers until they start playing Christmas music October 1st.
I saw some study recently about Christmas music is not good for like your mental health.
First of all, I'm calling horseshit on that.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, "That's bullshit." I love Christmas music.
See, here's the thing: I can understand how it like too early. October 1st is too fucking early. If Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving. My bitch ass waits all year to eat all the fucking pie, but if Thanksgiving had its own music, we listen to Thanksgiving music until Thanksgiving, but it doesn't.
Turkey, 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 turkey day.
It's got one song.
Thanksgiving to me is like
a precursor. It's like a practice to Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Christmas Eve, you know, like build the build up for Christmas.
Yeah. It's getting the family together to see how shit's going to go and who, like, are you going to serve, wine at your fucking Christmas? Because your one uncle can't handle the fucking wine. He fucked up Thanksgiving.
So, yeah, I'm that dude that's cool with the Christmas tree coming out, like, halfway through November. Like, fucking, let's do it.
So, I've already got a little bit of decorations going, and I've already started my Christmas crafts, not gonna lie. But
I saw the best meme for early decorators of Christmas. It was a picture of a shed. It said, "See, this is my Christmas tree." Yes, it's still in the damn shed until after Thanksgiving.
Look, I think it's all these salty motherfuckers on Facebook that keep posting that meme of like all the snow and the ice that we had. And they're like, "It snows in November because you guys decorate too early for Christmas." They act like it's never snowed in November in Ohio.
Yeah.
It snowed during Halloween. It snowed up until Easter. Calm the fuck down, people.
Yeah.
If I want to enjoy my fucking seasons, I'm going to enjoy my fucking seasons. Oh, okay. So now that we went on a huge fucking rant, I need
So is there a word people science where you get completely off topic?
Oh, yeah. We're bumbling bitches.
Bumbling bitches.
Bumbling bitches and bumbling bastards. That's what I call them. Which I am one.
I'm totally bumbling
and
bastard.
All my day-to-day is having conversations with a 5-year-old and arguing with a soon-to-be 17-year-old. I relish adult conversation. So when you guys sit down at this table with me, it's my time to fucking shine, gentlemen. I get to have adult conversation. I will talk about what I want to talk about. Which is using made-up words and expecting people to understand you. I'm also a chronic fucking offender.
What was the word you used? Bubbling fuck or bumbling mouth? Or
bumbling bitches.
Bumbling bitches, yeah.
And bumbling bastards.
Bumbling bastard.
So I also...
At least they have sexes. Like, in French language has male and female. I mean, your words have a sex associated with them.
So I drive Bert crazy with this one. Do you remember old Blue Eyes? Or old What's-Her-Tits? And then I expect him to be able to read my mind to know exactly who old What's-Her-Tits is.
The bad news is, about half the time,
he knows.
Right.
Probably about a movie or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's generally an actress or
remember
actor.
what's this that one movie?
No,
I'm like,
blue
yeah,
eyes in that fucking one movie with the TVs and shit.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're laying
But
down.
it's actually called. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this again. God, I gotta start Googling these, like, Google pronunciations before I fucking start these episodes. Lethologica, or this one I can read. Tip of the tongue syndrome. The word is right there, but you totally are unable to remember it.
I do that with names all the time.
So it says your brain is not a perfect filing system. It relies on you to kickstart it. Here's the fucking downside, and this is where I'm fucked. The more times you forget a word, the less likely you are to be able to remember it in the future.
Forget makeup. Forget makeup.
No, this is why I'm fucked, because sometimes I'll be like, hey, Bert, did you remember to put the doodad in the hoo-hoo dilly before what's-his-nuts comes over? I've forgotten almost every fucking thing I wanted to say in that sentence. I could literally forget the English language if this is true.
She could. Absolutely.
I mean, doodad, hoo-hoo dilly, thingamabob, these are my everyday words. What's-his-nuts and what's-her-tits.
Other than the cursing, she's becoming like a female Ned Flanders. Hi-yo!
I do. And I'm like, and it says, the more you forget a word, the less likely you are to remember. Am I going to have to, like, pick up Latin or start speaking French again? Because English is gone. I don't know if I can come back from this. Brad, do you do this?
I just stutter a lot.
But do you stutter because you stutter, or do you stutter because you've forgotten what you're going to say?
Probably I forget what I'm going to say, or I overthink it.
Because my sister and I, we do the same thing. God, I talk about my sister a lot on these fucking pods. She's, by the way, everybody, she's the one that named us.
She was supposed to show up.
And she was supposed to do these
We
pods.
invite her every time.
But she was all excited, and she's like, we should be the Pody Mouths. And she hasn't shown up for a single episode yet.
We're still waiting on her.
Pods aren't her thing.
Yeah, pods aren't her thing. She reads books now. Even though she made me stop reading books so I could hang out with her. You spend too much time reading. I'm bored. Come hang out with me. And now she reads all the time and won't answer my phone calls. Oh, my God. You're a bitch, Terry.
Oh, you've been called out.
Ooh, she won't listen to this. But now I'm going to make her. So,
That's what you call the episode.
oh, my God. I just did what I was going to talk about. Sometimes we test each other. We have these little medical tests that we could do on each other to see if we're having a stroke, because of how often we'll be in mid-fucking sentence and then just blank. Nothing. No sound comes out of us. Our brains just fucking stop working. And I'll be like, oh my God, I think I'm having a stroke. And my sister's like, raise your arms and smile. And I'm like, I'm not having a stroke.
I swear to God, you guys can read each other's minds. I've been at the fucking bar with those two, and they just look at each other, and you can watch them, and it's like they know what they're fucking both thinking, or like they're talking to one another. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on right now?
My sister knows, and I know.
Yeah,
and we look at each other, and we fucking know.
I watch it every time. It's fucking confusing.
And it doesn't matter how drunk we get. I look at her, and her drunk ass knows, and she looks at me, and I know, and we know.
Yeah, it's like you'll be looking there, she'll look off, then she'll look back at you, and it's like almost like you're nodding your head, but you guys don't even nod your fucking heads.
My sister and I are exactly alike and complete fucking opposites at the exact same time. We should have been twins 4 years apart. But she don't come to the pod, so fuck her. She ain't family.
Yeah, fuck you, Terry.
This is the anti-Terry pod. We're so good at pissing people off.
Now all I can think of Oregon Trail now. You have died for
dysentery. Which even me telling people her name, I've had to get in the she's been Terry since the day she was fucking born, and then she gets older, she's like, I like Teresa better. So now I have to introduce her as Teresa, but that word coming out of my mouth not only freaks me out, but freaks her out.
Yeah, it freaks me out too.
Right? I mean...
Yeah, when I think Teresa, I think Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
That ain't your sister.
No, I mean, she's a Virgo, so, I mean, she is ruled over by a virgin, but she is not good.
You just took that away the other way I was thinking.
Well, Mother Teresa, virgins, good people. My sister ain't good. She just ain't good.
Well, we're finding somewhere else to have Thanksgiving, so...
No, I mean, we're still going over there. She promised me fucking pie. Plus, she's the only one...
Of course, if you don't post this until after Thanksgiving, we'll be okay.
Yeah, no, this goes up before. We're fucked. Wait, no, this goes up after. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
Yeah.
We're
Turkey!
good.
Fuck
And
yeah.
Christmas is at our house, so fuck you, Terry!
Fuck you, Terry.
But no, she's the only one besides me that likes mince pie, and I'm making the mince pie, so she wants me at her fucking Thanksgiving. Plus, I'm bringing the white bread. She's going to make the pumpkin bread. But I gave her the recipe. Yeah, I'm in control. Brad, do you even know what mince pie is?
I don't.
Oh my god! All right, listen. So whoever banquet, you need to start bringing your frozen mince pie back. I get that it's not popular, but that's because motherfuckers like Brad have never experienced the fucking deliciousness of mince pie, and they never will until you bring your shit back.
What is it? Just like mint pie?
Well, no, mince. So it's also called mince meat, but it used.
Would
Okay,
you like me to
look.
Read the Wikipedia definition.
No, I got this, motherfucker. This is a Great Britain thing. They actually used to put meat in the pie. But then when it was Americanized, they don't. It's like the meat of the fruits. Apples, dates, figs, all kind of good shit. And it's a delicious fucking pie, and everybody that don't like it can suck my ass.
The Wikipedia version's all those cuss words.
We ain't called the Wikipedia We Don't Cuss fucking podcast.
I mean, most of your stuff is right, so...
Exactly, yeah, because I know my pies. I'm going to sweat now. Where's my fucking pie?
Passionate about those pies.
No, I don't, everybody's like, ooh, that's a nasty, even Bert's sister. I sat her down one day, didn't tell her I was feeding her mince pie. She goes, this is good apple pie, but it's weird. I'm like, it's because it's meat. And now she won't even, or that's because it's mince. And now she's like, ew, that shit's nasty. I'm like, bitch, you ate half that piece before you told me it tasted funny. So, yeah. We all know how those haters be hating.
Yeah, we do. Bunch of fucking cowards.
So, I don't know. It's getting really fucking personal for me, and I thought this was going to be like a totally chill fucking short podcast, but here we fucking go.
Well, we haven't been on topic for over half of it, so...
Well, we started out with Step Brothers, with me singing dirty songs about boats and hoes, so we're not even drinking. Well, give me a beer, actually. Please, Pookie Bish. So listen, this next one I don't do, because I am extremely punctual. I dedicate this next section to our friend Bianca. Number 5, always being late.
Those people drive me fucking bonkers.
Dude, Bianca is like the worst offender of this. Now, I think she's gotten better. Well, I mean, she's had no choice but to get better. She's a full-time fucking... She works full-time, she goes to school full-time, and she's got fucking twins. Bitch has got to be on fucking time for some shit. When we were younger... We have this thing. Bianca, we have this thing. I'm going to make you listen to this episode so you know just how serious we are about this when we were younger. Let's say we were going to hit the bar at like 9. Mm-hmm. We'd tell Bianca we were getting there at 8. So we could all get there at 9. Because what she would do is she would show up late, and then she'd be fully decked out, ready to go. The hair, the makeup, the clothes, but she wouldn't be happy with her outfit. So not only would she show up late, but then we got to go shopping for a top. Or shoes.
Jesus.
Or like... She knew we were bowling, but she didn't bring socks, so now we got to go to the store and buy socks. But we can't just walk into the store and buy socks. We're going to walk up and down every fucking aisle. We got to have a fucking childhood reunion, and then we get to do what the fuck we were going to do. Bianca, I mean, I'm off topic constantly, but that's conversation-wise. But this chick lived in her own... It was like... She was like Dr. fucking Strange, man. She just waved her fucking hands, and she lived in her own fucking realm, in her own fucking time, where she could bend space and time and do what the fuck she wanted, when the fuck she wanted. So I dedicate always being late to Bianca. Being punctual is basically a personality trait. I thought it was a habit you developed, but apparently it's a personality trait. And if it doesn't come naturally to you, you will probably never be a punctual person. Knowing why you might be late is actually going to help. So this is a whole bunch of science. I'll sum up. It's basically a person's personality not letting them think the entire event through. So they know they need to be somewhere at a certain time, and they're like, okay, it takes me a half an hour to get there. Mm-hmm. But they're not thinking the rest of the time. When they have to get up to start getting ready, how long it actually takes them to get ready. Traffic time, different routes. They don't add time if they have to pick somebody up before they go. They just take the time that it takes to get there, and that's the only thing that they have in their brain. They don't work step to step from start to finish, point A to B. So they just know it takes a half an hour to get there, but they don't add in any other time. And that's just how the brain of someone who is always late, aka Bianca, works.
And that's why you schedule everything an hour beforehand.
Yes. And it got to one point where we started doing 2 hours because I like to be there at least a half hour early to everything. I have since gotten better because my sister yelled at me. She goes, I told everybody to be here at 1. And she's like, it's 11. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I was ready, so I left the house.
But don't show up 5 minutes late because then Terry lets you have it.
Oh, yeah.
You're late. What the hell?
Fuck you, Terry.
Yeah, fuck you, Terry.
Okay. This is another one that I'm chronically... Okay, I'm the biggest offender on the entire planet of all of these. So, the next one is forgetting what you went into the room for.
Oh, yeah.
So, this was what started this whole episode. Because I saw, like one of those... I don't even know what to call them. They're not memes. It's like those little Facebook videos that just have the music playing in the background and then all these facts flash up. Well, one of them flashed up that this is actually a phenomenon called the doorway effect. All right, it's hard to explain, which is not good for people that are looking up why they can't remember what they went into the room for. So, when you're in one room and you're going into the other room, your brain has a mental picture of what the room you're going to go into looks like, okay? But when you leave the room you're in and go into that room, that information in your brain is replaced with what you're actually seeing in the room. And in those few seconds from when you're picturing the room in your mind to visually seeing it, you can forget all the information of why you went into that fucking room.
Wow, that quick.
Yep, that fucking quick, which I'm like, wow.
It happens to me all the fucking time.
This is also another thing, a doorway effect, and this happens to me almost every time I sit down at the computer to start researching all these topics for episodes. It's an online habit thing. So I'll sit down at the computer and I'll be like, all right, I need to research this fucking topic. But I sit down and then my screen pops up and I see an icon that says face. So then I get on Facebook and in those minutes I forget why I got on the computer at all. And then I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not going to spend all day on Facebook and get off the computer. And I never did the fucking research for the topic.
Done that as well.
Same thing, I'll pick up my phone to look up something. Like, that actor, I wanted to know his name. I'm going to IMDb this. And then, I'll see I have a notification on Twitter, and I'll click on Twitter, and I'll never look up who the fuck What's His Nuts was.
Jiminy Bob.
Jiminy Bob.
What?
The doorway effect. Aren't you retarded at all like me? I shouldn't say retarded. I'm trying not to do, dumb things like that, because I know that I would rather call myself a dipshit. So, I'm just going to say dipshit from now on. I'm a dipshit. Or what dipshit shit do you do?
I mean, I'm the guy who watches a video on YouTube, and then it's another video comes up. Okay. And I'm 30 videos past the original video I started watching that has no relevance to what I originally started watching.
Oh.
So I'm trying to find a video on how to install this program on my computer, and now I'm watching Let's Build a Canoe.
So I just call that the YouTube rabbit hole. And I think YouTube...
And I think that's that whole thing. I think that whole door effect is a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because I'll go in the room, I'm gonna find my cell phone. Next thing I know, I'm laying on the bed, just looking at the ceiling fan.
Well, I lose my cell phone every fucking day.
The best time she lost her cell phone, she was on it talking to her sister. And I'm like, what the hell are you looking for?
Bert, you act like that's only happened once.
Only the one time it was funny. It was only funny the one time. I've been worried about you ever since.
Were you huffing anything?
Nope. 3. I am the most
to
sober.
Her face.
I am the most sober fucking person you know. And on several occasions, I've been trying to leave this house while talking on my phone, while going, where the fuck is my phone? I can't leave without my phone.
Whoa.
Like this.
3
What's wrong with you? I
times.
can't find my phone. I'm like,
bitch, you're on it. This has happened to me 3 times, and every time I'm usually on the phone with my sister. We do the check to make sure I'm not having a fucking stroke.
No shit.
we went to the Renaissance Festival. We are waiting for the gates to open. She's like, shit, I forgot my phone. So she sends our oldest to the car to go get her phone. He comes back 15 minutes later. Mom, it's not there.
I'm getting pissed.
She's like, damn it, yes it is. I told you where to look.
I told you exactly where it is.
I take her shirt, I move it to the side. I'm like, what's that in your bra?
I stuck my phone in my bra and didn't feel it and forgot it was there and sent the oldest to the car twice to find my phone.
And got mad at him when he didn't bring it back.
Poor kid.
Oh, he knows. He's been with me almost 17 years.
Mama's got dementia. Kid.
He is going to have to raise me in my adulthood. Somebody is. Somebody is.
Sounds like it's coming quicker rather than later.
Well, this next topic is the one I probably do the most. Zoning out.
All fucking day for me.
Oh, well, I know Brad zones out because you see it on his face.
I do it too much.
Okay, so listen, it's actually a good thing. We should be okay. Bert, I don't know. I don't think he does this shit as much as we do, Brad. I think he's definitely not going to end up with Alzheimer's.
I hope not.
So is this like a sign that we're probably going to get the shit?
No.
Okay.
So, all right.
The precursor.
Yeah.
Zoning out is actually a good thing. Zone outs are vital to creativity and imaginative thought.
Oh, sweet.
Right? Instead of staying completely focused on a dull and familiar task, the brain, quote unquote, checks out for a bit. Neuroscience research shows that our attention comes in and out and comes in and out. And we actually spend about 13% of our days zoned out.
Yeah, it feels like I spend 50% of the day.
No shit. It says, during this time, we are free to float along in internal streams of consciousness. This is known as eureka moments. So, when you're zoned out and then you come back and then, suddenly you're hit with fucking inspiration and shit, that was your brain checking out for a minute for dumb shit. We don't need to well, I need to concentrate on walking because I'm also clumsy as hell on top of being a dipshit. But, we don't need to concentrate on what we're doing. Things are, automatic for us, going to work, doing the laundry, doing the housework. It's automatic. We don't need to think about that all the time. So our brain takes a break to get, pumped up to be super creative, which makes me feel bad because, I swear to God, when I come back in, I'm like, how long was I gone? Am I drooling? Is everything okay? But it is dangerous a little bit because I've done this while driving.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll go out, and I'll be like, hey, I need to stop at this store. Can you stop there on the way home? Yeah, sure, no problem. 2 seconds later, I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go later. Why won't you go now? Why can't we go now? Because you passed it.
Just drove right by the motherfucker.
Meow.
Going to pick up the kids from school. She just drives right by him at the fucking bus stop.
I've never
Go to Burger King, get the burger. Oh, shit, it's not lunch.
I've never done that. However,
I'm just joking.
I'm always paranoid about the kids. That's the only way they're in the front of my mind. However, when our youngest started kindergarten, one day I hear beeping. I'm like, why the fuck is there beeping? Oh shit, his bus is here! It happened once. So, I was just walking around the living room thinking, what the fuck do I have my jacket on for? I had to go get my kid off the bus. And I forgot.
Was that a zone out and doorway moment?
Yeah.
Combined?
And on top of, what else? On top
Put the coat on and memory wipe.
Yeah.
Memory wipe.
Yeah, on top of cryptonesia, because I didn't, and I was late for the bus. Goddamn,
And
I got them all.
started fucking yeehawing.
And I was like, I'll be there in a minute.
Don't you worry, y'all. I'm going to get you. Don't you worry.
So, one time, now, okay, I can blame the music, but this was a total zone out moment. You drive a road long enough, and, you could almost do the shit blindfolded. Mm-hmm. I'm jamming home one night. It was probably after partying with you. It's super late, and I don't get to be in the car by myself much. So when I'm in the car by myself, I am fucking into my music. It is super fucking loud. I'm thumping. I am just going. And it doesn't matter what I'm listening to. It is loud as shit, and I am zoned into what the music is. Mm-hmm. Also, my youngest won't let me sing in the car. So
he's like, shh, mommy, shh.
I'm just tooling down the back road on the way home. It's a boring-ass back road. Nobody's out. It's fucking late as shit. And I pull into town. My house is about 3 minutes before you get into town. I didn't realize that I had drove right past my own fucking house until I got into the town.
Is this
After the house? Yeah, no. After that. Like, I drove right past, and I didn't even realize it immediately. I pulled into town, and I was like, fuck!
Got a backtrack.
I passed my house like 2 minutes ago. But I was jamming out, and I zoned, and I just didn't go home. So I had to turn around in the grocery store parking lot and go the fuck home.
Who were you jamming to?
It could have been anything. Yeah. It could have been everything from fucking Celine Dion to Pantera. It could have been anything. Who knows? It could have been Christmas music. I have a very eclectic taste.
See, zoning out helps keep me sane. Like, it helps me get through the fucking day. I gotta tune it, turn the switch off every now and then.
For you guys, I'm sure it's work. For me, it's like how many times the youngest says, Mom.
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 Mama.
Mom.
Mother.
Mom. Do this now. In a minute. In 30 seconds. Now. Can I? It's like a barrage.
His favorites now is when you tell him in a minute, he goes, no, in a minute.
Yeah. Well, like, in a minute. And he's like, no, in a minute.
No,
I'm like,
in a minute.
God, you're getting awful fucking ballsy for 5. But yeah, so I tune out the nonsense sometimes. Like, and sometimes the kids are fighting, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to check out mentally for a minute until I hear a body hit the floor. I'm just going to let them sort it out them fucking selves.
I can tell you who helped me craft my zone out abilities. His name's Steven.
Oh, Steven. Has he zoned back in yet? It's been years.
But that's how I mastered it, dealing with this fucking cat for so long. So, like, I could tune out just like that.
So, Steven doesn't ever stop.
Never.
Even worse than I do. At least occasionally I'll zone out or forget what the fuck I'm going to say, and there's a pause. Steven doesn't have that.
He is always on point. He always brings his game face.
And he always has something to say because he says the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I get that. I don't know. When I first started zoning, it had to have been in like my teenage years.
Yeah.
It was probably school.
Yeah, I always got called a stoner because I was always zoned the fuck out.
Everybody thinks I'm like some kind of addict and shit. I'm like, that blank look on my face, that's a moment I took for me.
Yeah.
I am this soberest person on the planet.
It's a mental health check.
I mean, mostly. I mean, I'm going to drink this one beer, but that'll be it.
Yeah, Stephanie hates drunks.
I just hate driving drunks, damn it. Bert, do you zone out? You're zoning out right now. As we're doing this fucking podcast, Bert is looking up gaming towers and shit because, speaking of, like, going off fucking topic, I have a fucking theory. So I intently watch downloads. I intently watch the social media sites. The second somebody wants to interact with us, I'm like, yes, let's fucking be friends. Let's interact. Nobody's posting shit anywhere. Twitter's fucking slowed down. Instagram's slowed down. Downloads have slowed down. And I swear to God, Red Dead Redemption 2 and then Fallout 76 come out and the world fucking disappears.
Battlefield.
Hitman
2. These 4 games come out like social media just went.
So I'm hoping that, like, why everybody's on Christmas break and shit, everybody will start catching up with their podcasts. Because even the other podcasts and stuff and the beauty gurus that I follow and, like, businesses, like, they've been posting a lot less shit because I swear to God, everybody's playing video games right now.
So, folks, when you're on your way to your in-laws on Thanksgiving Day or Christmas, long travels in a car, please think of us and put Pody Mouths on your phone.
Yeah, when you can't play video games, listen to us.
And write Stephanie on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I need social interaction.
And she needs more adults.
Yeah.
You're not adult enough for her.
No, you're adult. That's why I talk so much during these pods, is because I get that interaction that I don't get during the day when I have to argue with a 5-year-old about exactly what in a minute means.
No in a minute.
No in a minute.
Sounds like a cookie or something. No in a minute.
Well, and then he's just how his beautiful little mind works.
So articulated for a 5-year-old.
Time is difficult to explain to him. Okay, he doesn't understand. We always count the days. He always say, "How many days till my birthday?" And I'm like, it's like
a lot.
3 months, man. Calm down. I mean,
like,
it's not.
You're 3.
It's not anymore. But so the only way he gets time is if I break it down into sleeps.
How many times he goes to sleep?
How many times he will have to go to sleep before
really?
the event. So, all right now it's Friday. If we're going to do something Sunday, it's 2 sleeps. That's the only way he mentally measures time. So not only do I have to like function with him, but I have to function in his way. Sleeps, in a minute, him constantly jumping on the sofa, and me, and his ability to hurt me without even trying.
So staying completely off topic, for the last 3 days, his little butthead has not eaten dinner.
Really?
So last night, when Stephanie told me he had to eat dinner, I said, "You need to go to bed. You're going to bed without dinner." "Why do I gotta go to bed? I ain't been bad." I'm like, "You didn't eat dinner." This little butthead goes to his backpack, pulls out his school folder, and says, "See, I've been on green all week. I've been good." I'm like, "No, you didn't eat dinner. You need to go to bed." So he goes to zip up his backpack. The slowest a zipper can ever go.
Little niche by niche, click,
Stephanie goes,
click,
"That's the
click.
slowest a damn zipper's ever went in the entire time." So he gets up and goes to take off running, but we hear a crinkle, crinkle. Stephanie's right there, stops him, turns him around. This little butt has got like a candy bar in his hands. She takes it away from him like,
He was really in the backpack to get candy that he had gotten at school so he could sneak off to his room and sugar up.
Sugar up.
So she takes it away from him. He goes, "Why are you going to do that?" She goes, "You're not supposed to have this." He goes, "I'm just going to eat it."
And then he's like, "I got that at school for being good." I'm like, "Well, you weren't at home, and you definitely don't get snacks if you don't eat your dinner." He goes, "Well, you made disgusting dinners."
Oh, yeah.
So now we have to come off keto so we can feed our kids. So I'm coming out of ketosis this weekend so I can properly feed my child because I make disgusting dinners.
It was just so funny. And the fact he argued it with us. Like, "I'm just going to eat it." We know.
That's why we took it away.
How dare you take my
I
candy
mean,
bar?
legitimately, it was the mystery flavor Airhead. It's enough to sneak into a backpack for. Create an elaborate ruse
Which
to get
he
into his
did
backpack.
very well. Look at my good grades.
Look at my good grades. Slip in the Airhead in his pajamas. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I am like, whew. This episode got me fired. It doesn't help that I got fired up before we even started. All anybody has to do is get me on a topic that pisses me off, and I'm good to go. Okay.
Like torture houses?
Cults. So.
Facebook Live me.
All right, now I'm going to school you guys. I'm going to blow some of us decrepit minds with some fucking knowledge. Some of it's not so good when it comes down to like scientists figuring out how our brains work. Get off my beer, bitch. Go get your own.
All right, drink it.
50% of all sense of happiness is determined genetically and cannot be altered.
So you have to have genetic happiness genes?
Uh-huh.
I'm fucked.
I need sex. We're good.
Oh,
Sex and fast food.
Hell yeah.
That's why Bert's always in a bad mood, because I'm too weak from being on keto to fucking bang it out. So he's starving and sex deprived.
That ain't even right. That sounds like a really bad movie you'd see on CBS or Lifetime or something.
And it's an episode of Snapped. I didn't eat bread in 6 months, and he wanted sex, so I stabbed that motherfucker.
Now I'm serving 15 years.
But they got great bread in here.
They got great bread in here.
And I've been working out in the yard. So,
I learned a new skill.
it's not all bad. The better news is that another 10% is attributed to general circumstances. So, the higher your education level, the higher your income. You know what? This doesn't sound very good. The higher your education level, the higher your income, and whether you're married or single, etc. Which, for those of you that enjoy being single, this is a positive thing. So, however, the best news is that the remaining 40% is derived from your day-to-day behavior and the way that you think about yourself and others. So, No matter what your genetic disposition, if you try to be positive, you will be at least 40% happy.
If you try to be positive?
If you try to be positive.
I mean, I guess that's worth it.
And if you try to be positive and it gets you a better job, a good girlfriend or boyfriend, and a decent income, that means you'll still be 50% happy at the least, even if your genetic makeup sucks. I think that's some good news.
Yeah, that's good news, because I don't think my genetic makeup has happiness in it.
No,
anymore.
I mean, okay, so all the women in my family, the sag in the face isn't age. It's unhappiness.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have a good education level or income. I got Bert, and he pays for everything. So, I mean, and he's got a great education level. So, I mean, I live that 10% vicariously through him. But that 40% is all fucking me, baby. All fucking me. And I'm pretty damn happy for, like, coming from sad bulldog-faced women.
A whole pack of them.
Yeah. Well, my dad, he gives me a little bit. I can attribute to him for another 10%
He rules.
my dad's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's pretty positive considering lots and lots and lots of things. So,
All right, so say it. Say fuck you, Terry.
fuck you, Terry.
Fuck you, Terry.
So, some of these I found really interesting. The average person has 3 to 5 best friends and usually hates one person in their social group.
Oh,
I'm
God.
opposite. I like 4 or 5 people I hate and have like one best friend.
Yeah.
I think that's how Brad operates as well. I think he hates everybody and just loves me. Although I don't know what Brad says about me to these people that I think he hates.
I just hate everyone equally.
Don't hate me.
just
I love.
joking.
Look, you're saving the turtles. We're saving the kitties.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they come up sick and coughing and asthma and fucking upper respiratory infections.
And then we spend a fortune on them.
And they keep me up all goddamn
night.
night, but I keep them warm and fed and healthy and take them to the vet. So there's good in us. We're saving. I would save some turtles. You know, I would save a lot of things. The foxes and the owls and all the wildlife that's forgotten.
Kids in the cradles and the silver spoon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Also, when all these like animal shelters are full up, I share that shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Adopt, you monsters!
But only if you can properly care for that animal, you dick.
And if not, give them to Terry.
Yes, my sister's taking everything.
Really?
At this point, they got 3 chihuahuas and 2 cats, and they keep trying to take on an extra dog. But when you have 5 animals already, the chill this dog would have to be able to vibe with 3 chihuahuas and 2 cats.
True that.
But now, and my sister's now working at the Humane Society. So she sends me pictures. I just love his face. She's so sweet. I get all the cuddles, and I'm like, oh, man, this is not going to end well. If 2 people live together long enough, they actually start to look like each other. And couples who end up looking alike also tend to be happier.
So that disturbs me. There's a lot of couples I've seen that look like they could have been brother and sister.
How is
They looked really happy, but I just thought it's because they just accepted their ancestral tendencies.
It's mainly nutrition. If 2 people live together, they eat the same thing and do the same activities, so their bodies and sometimes, you know, their hair growth and whatnot start to look like each other.
So you mean like body shape more than facial?
I mean, yeah, because Bert and I look nothing alike, and he can't divorce me because I'll kill him. Right?
Screw that.
Pookie bitch, I ain't doing this again.
With a
You're going to kill me.
Because
Murder me or whatever.
listen, here's the thing. If I end up divorced again, I mean, the first one I was super happy about, but I can't be divorced a second time in soon to be my late 30s with 3 fucking cats and 2 fucking kids. I'm not going out like that.
I'll take one of the cats.
So I would have to go out in this divorce in a blaze of glory. I'm talking world domination, full fucking feminist tilt, vote Stephanie for the next president. I'm talking full on. The only thing keeping me from being like full on dictator is staying married.
I don't want to fuck a broad that looks like me.
But
That's a deal breaker. Yeah. That's a deal breaker.
how many like 7-foot chicks do you know?
That welder chick I talked about.
Yeah. Okay, well, all right, look.
You ain't finished.
I mean,
Dating iron workers.
it would probably benefit you to date somebody who's a little taller, but all she has to do is be a brunette with blue eyes. There's no problem with that.
Yeah.
And if you guys are eating the same thing, guys, we got Brad on keto.
Yeah.
He's already dying.
Nah, I feel better. Because I just ate some Burger King and now I feel like I want to vomit.
So he knows. He'll be back on keto too. And then he brings this chick into his life and she's on keto and you both get fit as fuck. This is not how things are working with Bert and I. We have food dreams.
I haven't got there yet.
Oh, man. Oh,
You
except...
think you're sick of eggs now. You just wait.
Wait till you start chucking packs of pepperoni down aisles in grocery stores screaming, if I see one more fucking pack of pepperoni, I'm gonna fucking let this goddamn bitch on fire.
And then 2 hours later, I'm gonna eat some pepperoni.
I'm gonna eat some pepperoni. There's nothing else to eat. I'm just gonna die from fucking pepperoni. I'm just gonna eat pepperoni till I die. Or, on the flip side, I'm like, I'm just gonna stop eating till I starve to death and die. I don't even care about food anymore.
And then she gets the urge to cheat.
Yep.
Gotta have those cheat days.
And then I'm like, bitch, go get me some White Castle.
Hey, I was gonna bring that home today, but
I want fries and a cheese cup.
I could do a couple of sliders right now.
We're cheating tomorrow, though. And we're cheating 2 days for Thanksgiving. That's all we talk about. And,
I live for cheating.
we only cheat every 2 weeks. So we cheat on a Saturday, and then that Sunday we're already talking about what we're going to eat on our cheat meal 2 weeks from that fucking day.
Guys, your motivation.
Yeah, that's our fucking relationship now. It's podcasts and cheat days.
Well, so how many pounds are you guys down?
I'm 1 pound away from 30.
Nice.
Down 14. So.
Oh, really? Since keto or altogether?
Since keto.
Yeah, you're looking like you lost a bunch of weight.
I started doing calorie counting in the gym way before that. Keto has been... I lost the initial 20 pounds on my own. Keto has been this last 10 pounds.
Nice. Yeah, because you said you were stuck at 20.
Yeah, I was stuck at fucking 20. Could not, no matter how many days I went to the goddamn gym, no matter how many calories I counted, I took my calorie intake down to the daily allotted amount, 1,200 calories. Kept my fucking carb consumption under 30% of my daily fucking consumption. Still could not come off that 20 pounds. Wow. I got on keto, boom.
What's 1,200 calories anyway? Like a cup of fucking coffee and pieces of pepperoni.
2 Whoppers.
Yeah.
No.
2 Whoppers is 1,200.
No shit.
588 calories each.
I didn't eat any Whoppers.
Not with cheese. You had cheese, you're over your limit.
But I did eat a lot of tuna on bagels and shit. But I ate bread.
I've been hovering around the 14 for a while, and I'll fluctuate a pound either way. But 240 is where I'm at. And Sunday, I started doing 5K on the treadmill. So I've done 5K every day on the treadmill.
So
every day? No shit.
I will tell you this, though. If you're looking to lose some weight, but you don't want to go to the gym, you don't like to work out, or you're broken like me, I had to take 2 weeks off because 1 week I broke my foot. And then very soon after I broke my foot, my calf exploded. So both of my legs have been down, and I had to take 2 weeks off the gym. Still losing weight on keto.
Nice.
Even though I had to take time off the gym. But another interesting thing, let's see.
Now back to word people science.
People who understand sarcasm well often read people's minds. So, let me read that again. People who understand sarcasm well are often good at reading people's minds. I think I'm good at this.
I don't want to say it's reading minds, but reading body language, reading tone.
Just knowing emotion. People.
Just knowing when somebody's being sarcastic. There's times
or just knowing people in general.
I know people who will be sarcastic, and I know what they say is sarcastic, and people will just be looking at them in awe. I'm like, they're being
They're
sarcastic.
joking.
They don't mean that.
Calm down.
And they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah.
We require less sleep the happier we are.
But to be happy, you need more sleep.
Yeah,
I do anyway.
I love sleep.
Paradox, man. It's a paradox.
So I thought this was just cute because I watch a lot of cartoons and stuff. The brain operates on the same amount of power as a 10-watt light bulb. The cartoon image of a light bulb over your head when a great idea occurs is not too far off the mark. Your brain generates as much energy as a small light bulb, even when you're sleeping.
Wow. 10 watts is pretty dim.
All right, so Brad's going to hate this one.
Uh-oh.
We got to start looking out for Brad. It's a good thing he's on keto because, I got to keep Brad healthy because...
I don't know, I'm thinking about White Castle now.
Monday is the day of the week when the risk of heart attack is greatest.
I believe it.
A 10-year study
Absolutely.
found that 20% more people die of heart attacks on Mondays than any other day of the week. Researchers theorize that it's the combination of too much fun over the weekend with the stress of going back to work that causes the increase.
Fuck yeah.
Brad will die on a Monday.
I fucking hate Mondays.
I know.
Oh,
You
God.
hate... Look, I've had some shitty jobs that I was not, like... But I hated going to work. But Brad specifically loathes and despises fucking Monday.
Yes.
Mondays are terrible.
Oh my God.
So much so that we can't record a podcast on a Sunday because he's in a mood all Sunday.
I am.
Because
You ready
of
for
fucking
Monday?
Monday.
Yeah. Dude, my
I get it.
Sunday-
I get it.
and-
I've seen you on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's fucking... It's a 2-day event to get over Monday.
Then when the Bengals lose by like 40 points. that
Oh,
probably
yeah.
doesn't help
So a
either.
bad football
Yeah,
season
that
for the
doesn't help
Bengals
either.
combined with a fucking Monday, like, get the fuck out of Brad's way, people.
Did you see that meme on Facebook where the glass is broke out of the car? The guy and the caption says, "I had 3 Bengals tickets in the passenger seat. Somebody broke my glass and put 2 more there."
Sounds
Oh,
about right.
man. Living in Cincinnati is awesome when the Bengals lose.
Yeah, I dropped $120 on the tickets for me and my nephew to go Sunday's game, and they fucking got beat by like 40 fucking points.
Nuts.
And you were
left
at the game.
halftime. Yeah, we were like, fuck this. The kid was all like crying because they were so pathetic.
Your nephew cried.
Yeah, he's a big Bengals
Aw.
fan. It's like, I can't believe my first game, and they fucking...
Oh, it's his first. Oh, son of a bitch.
Well, I patted him on the back. I'm like, you're a Bengals fan, buddy. You're going to see a lot of these.
Just preparing for decades of
Yeah.
disappointment.
Get used to it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So this next one, I personally know most of these motherfuckers. Smarter people tend to underestimate themselves, while ignorant people think they're brilliant.
Oh, no, way too many.
Take off them socks. We need all our fingers and toes. We know all them motherfuckers.
Oh,
I can count
God.
to 21 in the shower.
Ew. We don't talk about your wiener on the podcast.
So I'm talking about my 11th toe. What are you talking about?
Bird has 6 toes. Look,
Not true.
yeah, but that would be cool though. Soon, buddy, you need to go back to your
Dungeon.
safe space. So, I think this is my last one. Maybe, okay. So, feeling ignored causes the same chemical effect as an injury. I feel that in my soul, man.
Yeah, when you're trying to like talk to somebody that is blatantly like, yeah.
Or like, so you were like, you had a friend, and you guys were talking all the time, and then they made plans completely fucking without you, and then you see a picture of them with other people on Facebook, and you never even got an invite.
Yo.
That cuts me to the fucking core.
Same here. And you know me, I'm basically a woman when it comes to my emotions.
Brad is fairly sensitive, but also too, I'm not though. So the fact that it fucking bothers me gets on my nerves and makes me that more fucking pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't worry about it. I don't have any friends, so it's all right. I got by 5 people I hate. So
Bert generally doesn't have that many friends, but he can borrow mine, and I mean, he gets to hang out with me all the time. So, one last thing, I'm probably going to post this as one of our like teasers or whatever, but this just, it makes me feel a little bit better about myself, even though we've established I'm a complete dipshit and I just cannot keep my shit together. People fascinated by serial killers are better conversationalists. So, I get the sarcasm so I can read people's minds. I am fascinated by serial killers. So murder porn. So I am a conversationalist. And what else were the good ones? One that's specifically people who swear a lot tend to be more loyal, upfront, and honest with friends.
yeah,
These are all good attributes about myself. Even though I zone out, I can't remember shit. I don't remember what I went into the room for. I turn into hee-haw when I'm around my sister-in-laws. I tell stories that aren't mine, and I laugh when it's not appropriate. I'm 10 shades of fucked up. I'm so sorry, Pookie bitch. I am so sorry.
wow, that's interesting.
All right, so couple of questions for you guys. We didn't just read this just for shits and giggies. I mean, we do, but also I have questions. All right. What habit of all the things that we just talked about, do you think interrupts your daily life the most?
The ignorant people who think they're smarter.
No.
I was talking about like the habits that we do every day.
No, the ignorant people who think they're smart. Because I go to explain something to them, like, listen to me. I need to explain. No, I got it. No, I need to explain this. Well, no, I got it. No, I am not 100% sure, so I want to explain this so we're on the same page. And then I explain it. And they blatantly ignore me. I feel a little hurt. Then an hour and a half later, they come up to me like, it's fucked up. And I'm like, what did you do? Well, we did this. Is that what I said? Well, no, I wasn't really listening because you thought you knew better.
Who looked somebody in the face and was like, I wasn't listening?
What kind of person?
Yeah. Boss, I just tuned you the fuck out.
Yeah, sorry, boss.
I mean, it happens. I won't say daily. That'd be exaggerating. Weekly is probably being a little too conservative. But it's like, you have to do it this way, okay? I get the head nod. Yep. Like, do you understand where I'm coming from? I'm explaining this additionally for a reason. You have to do it in this such a way. Yep. Hour and a half later, I'll be at lunch. I'll get a call. Yep. Yeah, it's fucked up. What's fucked up? Well, they weren't paying attention. And like, what the hell? How many times is this going to happen? Or I get home after there was a big expedition, something I might not even be involved in, but my colleagues are involved in putting together a plan, and they're explaining, this is how you do this job. They're like, okay. And then I get home, and I'm like, all right, before I go to bed, I'm going to check my work email. And I see another fucked up job. And I open it up, and I start reading. I'm like, what the fuck?
So
seriously, people.
Bert has
There's instructions. Follow them.
So Bert has actually told people at work about the podcast. So just a public service announcement. From the woman laying next to Bert when he wakes up into the middle of the night to those shitty fucking emails. It does not make our lives awesome because Bert brings his work home.
Start following instructions, motherfuckers.
Let's read the directions. You don't like the doctor give you a specific medication. They're like, if you take too much, you're dead. Like, we all know how to follow directions.
It's the movies. You know, in the movie where somebody says, don't push the little red button.
And then you do
These
it, shit blows up.
motherfuckers push. And they don't only push, they slam it. And they hit it multiple times. And they wonder why shit goes bad.
Yeah.
And now who's the bad one on the pod?
It's me. Sorry, you got me on a rant.
I'm not the only one who rants. It makes me feel good about myself because every single one of these affects my daily life except for the being late.
Yeah, we probably should edit a bunch of that comment out because anybody from work listens to that. They might think I'm talking about them.
Yeah, I mean, this is nobody specific, but... Well, yeah, we might tone it. Maybe.
Yeah, we may need to cut
or
some stuff
fuck it.
there.
Or fucking everybody just fucking follow directions.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Just listen. I mean, just listen, please. If somebody's telling you something when it involves your job,
honestly,
they mean by all means to tell you good information so you will be successful.
And I'm married to Bert, so like if you're trying to tell him something and he's being a dick, just tell him his wife says, "Listen." Just listen. So, Brad, out of all these, mimicking people's accents, telling stories that aren't yours, laughing when it's not appropriate, using made-up words, being late, forgetting what room you walked into, and zoning out. Which one's the worst daily offender for you?
I mean, probably walking into a room and not knowing why I'm in there. It's such a waste of fucking time. I love zoning out, so...
See, there's one room that you can walk into and you know why you went in there. That's the bathroom.
Nope.
Look at the toilet like, I gotta piss.
I have brushed.
I have to shit.
I've walked into the
I
bathroom.
don't think I've ever forgotten there.
Nope. I have walked into.
For men, it works out. For you women, you all do. You all would eat dinner in the bathroom, probably.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely,
girls?
there's no.
I bet
And the
Terry
people
would.
like the youngest has sat on the toilet while eating. Like even a sucker. That's fucking gross. I'm
It
like
is.
no. But for me, I have walked into the bathroom, forgot what I was in there for. I'm like, well, I didn't brush my teeth for the day. Brush my teeth, walked out and forgot to piss. I have done that. It's a good thing I got a lot of time on my hands because I've had to walk back in the bathroom and be like, God damn it, who forgets to pee?
The fucking porcelain bowl is a great reminder. If That's what I visualize when I go to use the
But I
bathroom.
spend a lot of time
Bowl.
in the bathroom. I take lengthy baths. I take showers. I gotta brush my hair. And then it takes me like 2 hours to put on makeup. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
in there a
spend
lot.
like 8 hours a day in the bathroom.
So like I'm in there a lot. It's not just for me to use the toilet.
Shit, piss, shower.
Nope. I gotta clean the damn thing. I gotta scoop the litter boxes in there. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the bathroom. So it's natural for me to forget and then just do something while I'm in. At least when I forget shit, I do something while I'm in the room that I am in.
Well, here's the thing. I think even though I went in the bathroom and I forgot what I went in there for, I'll be like, well, I'll just go ahead and piss while I'm in here, because I'm already here.
No, I got time on my hands. I can pee whenever I want. All right, let's see.
So which one drives you nuts?
All of them, man, because I suffer from them so. I swear, and honestly, all of this and this whole discussion, though interesting, and it makes me feel a little bit normal because it is common phenomenons with names. All of it makes me nervous as fuck because I'm waiting to get fucking dementia in like my early 50s. I'm just fucking waiting for it.
Yeah.
And then like, and my biggest fear is forgetting my fucking kids, man. Because if my kids have to go through with me what I went through with my grandmother, it's gonna fuck them up. Because my grandma had dementia really bad in the onset of Alzheimer's before she passed, and like you think about how it affects you, but then you think about how it affects them, and that's what really fucks you up. Like my grandma's last weeks were of her being afraid of the people she was living with because she didn't know them.
Yeah,
and
it was like that,
and it was us. So, God damn it, I did another again. I tanked the whole podcast talking about some dark shit.
Jesus, Stephanie.
I did it again. Holy shit. Anyway.
So for you folks, you want to hear the dark shit, please rewind to fast forward to the very end of the podcast, and you will be traumatized and feel terrible. And I don't know, it's ridiculous. We're sorry.
Why do I
Please
do
don't be
this?
suicidal as a result of our dark tendencies.
I swear to God, people are like, this is funny shit. And then they're like, afterwards, they're like, I need to be back on my meds.
I need a beer.
I need a beer. I'm going to turn this. Makes me want to be an alcoholic. Seriously, we're pretty jovial people. I mean, old people get a bad rap. My grandma, like, she lived a fucking awesome ass life, man. She lived into she was 89. She was going to turn 90. She passed away in February. She was going to turn 90 that fucking June.
Yeah, that's a good run.
My grandma had a good fucking run. She developed diabetes when she was 80 fucking 2 and still fucking made it to 89. My grandma had a great run. She was a fucking matriarch in our house. 7 goddamn kids, not one of them ever lipped off to her. My grandma was a beast. Boom. Yeah. So we're going to end that on a good note. Anybody else have anything funny to say about like zoning out while driving, or any honorable mentions of shit that you do every day that gets on your nerves that you think is abnormal?
I remember leaving for work once, and then I was at work, and I don't remember the entire drive.
That's happened to me.
I pull into the parking lot, and I'm like, I would just left. I look at the clock, and everything's right. It wasn't like I was teleported or anything. And I'm like, I just zoned out.
You would think it was time travel.
Shut up. No, I just completely I don't remember any of it. I remember getting in the car, and all of a sudden I'm pulling into my parking spot at work. I've done it in the middle of driving where I'll be going, and I'll be like, that was my exit. Holy. Well, I can keep going this way. This will get me to work, too.
In general, when it has happened to me, it wasn't on the way to work. It was on the way home from work. And then I pull in the driveway, and the thought in my head is, how many dangerous circumstances when I was I in while driving? Like, you think, how the fuck did I get here? And how many times could I have died? Because I don't remember driving. It's a little freaky.
Well, that thought plus, did I do something stupid? Did I die? And I just don't remember it. Now I'm just living my life in another realm.
Honestly, back in those days, that was when I was working some shitty hours at my retail job. There's no way I would die, and in my afterlife, I would be sitting in a fucking Kia. So, I knew I was alive.
Yeah, I don't know. Life in the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Brad, anything? What do you do? I know, because Brad, he pulls out some weird shit sometimes. Maybe it's not something that we mentioned that you do that you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But maybe it's nothing wrong with you. So we can relate to these people and they can be like, oh man, I do the same shit.
I don't know. I get anxiety really bad, and then, like, after it passes, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, you know, just goofy shit I might have said or did. Like,
why you're dwelling on it, why you're so upset about it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I think that people act like anxiety is an enigma. It's absolutely normal, and we're all supposed to have anxiety about shit every day.
Yeah, mine makes me a little goofy.
I mean, mine makes me... I used to be shy as fuck, believe it or not. I forced myself out of that.
Jeez.
No, seriously. Like, my mom would tell me, she would give me money, and she'd be like, go in there and pay for the gas. It would destroy... My guts would be in knots. It would destroy me at the thought of just walking into a gas station and interacting with the clerk behind the desk. Like, I'm going to have to say... I need 20 on this pump. Like, and I would rehearse it in my mind exactly what I was going to say and how I would get out of there as fast as I fucking could so I didn't have to do this uncomfortable interaction with somebody I didn't know.
Yeah, I do that still
And
sometimes.
Sometimes it'll hit me too. Like, I'll get nervous standing in line. Like, what am I going to say to this lady when I first get up here? But you got to fucking force that shit down, because I noticed as I got later in my teens, I was missing out on some fucking good shit. Like, a lot of my friends were outgoing as hell, man. And I was just sitting there, and the only thing anybody ever said about me in my younger years was, she's so shy. She never says anything. And they're always trying to get me to say shit. And in my mind, I said some good shit that I never said out loud. I'm like, I can't fucking live like this. So I started saying some shit. I probably should have stopped a long time ago.
This sounds like a movie from the 80s. Starring like Jack Black or something.
I don't know.
She's pulling one of the fucking things.
I am not telling a story that is not my own. This was my life. And then, like, the specific friend was my friend Meredith. She was like fucking, I mean, she's a little fucking, you know, loose with the dudes. But besides that, it wasn't just that I envied, her male attention. She went out there, she got out on the dance floor, she talked to people, she made friends fucking everywhere. And I was like, I want to do that. I have interesting shit to say. I am a nice person. I would be a good friend, but I'm not making friends if I just stand here and don't fucking say anything. And the only thing that anybody remembers of me is I'm that girl that never fucking talks. So in that moment, I was like, I'm going to start saying some shit. And I haven't shut up since.
Nope.
Brad knows.
Oh, yeah.
He's known me since our freshman year of high school. Which was one of the times when I started to come out of my shell, because I moved to a new school. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd been around the same fucking people since kindergarten. And here I am, 8th grade, in the fucking suburbs, which I was not used to. And I'm like, this is like some fucking time warp shit. I didn't have any friends for weeks. And I'm like, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. I'm sick and tired of people looking at me weird. So then I made a ton of fucking friends. So yeah. Woo! I mean, they all eventually fucking started ignoring me when I had a kid, but it happens. If you're sitting at home right now with a baby and ain't nobody inviting you out, it's because you had a baby. You go through like a period of time after that first year where people just assume you're too tired to leave the fucking house. Don't blame your friends for that shit. It's natural. They all think you're not sleeping and you're pissed off and your boobs are leaking and you just can't handle fucking life right now. But I got my friends back.
She takes it to a high note, drops it back down. Takes it to a high note, drops it back
This
down.
podcast is an emotional fucking roller coaster. So like, I think I said it at the beginning. When you're dealing with me, you just gotta fucking grab tight and hold the fuck on, because we do not know where we're going. We don't, because I zone out and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I can't do words. I don't do English. I don't do math. It is what it is.
All right, who do we got to think? What do we got to do?
All right, we're going to thank Purple Planet for our music, as always. Let me get my little cheat sheet here, because, again, I have to have show notes, because I can't remember a fucking thing. So you can listen to all our podcasts, including this awesome one. Maybe find out you have some shit in common with the rest of the world on Podbean and the Podbean app, iTunes, our YouTube channel, Spotify, Stitcher. You can contact us or look at all our sweet-ass memes on Instagram, our Facebook page. You can listen to us on Google Play. Did I mention Spotify? Yeah, I mentioned Spotify. Twitter at MouthsPody. And, yeah, let's hear what you guys got. What do you do? Actually, and if you don't feel like mentioning what you do that you think is weird, just Google that shit. I didn't know there was science behind any of this before this episode.
Well, if you got some good weird shit.
Yeah, but
please
also,
share
yeah,
it.
I mean, if you're open, we'd like to hear your weird shit. We are all about the weird shit.
Like, I think there's a science to flat earthers. Y'all ain't reached out to us yet.
Yeah, we need to quit harping on the flat earthers. I think they're scared of us at this point.
Legitimate crazy, not like crazy though.
Yeah, like, I mean, you're like, man, I'm crazy. No, you normal.
You're different. You're weird. You're weird people science.
But, I mean,
that's what we mean by crazy.
if we were all the same, it'd be boring as shit. Right? Because some people may be like, that Stephanie chick is crazy. I can't believe she doesn't know she's telling stories that somebody else told her. Look,
she's a real piece of work.
I'm a class act real piece of work. Anyway. Contact us. Let us know your weird shit. Listen to the pod, man. We appreciate all your downloads and all your love and your likes on our Instagram page because we have almost no fucking followers on Twitter. I think Twitter's losing its shine. Do you guys think Twitter's...
I love Twitter.
I mean, Brad's, like, hard for Twitter.
Yeah.
But are you, getting some serious action on Twitter? Because Twitter's a dead fish for me.
I just use it for, football and toys and shit.
Yeah, so...
I don't interact with people on that.
I mean, I got all my YouTubers on my personal Twitter, but the Pody Mouths Twitter, holy shit is it slow. And, all these other podcasts are like, Twitter, they seem like that's their main interaction. And I'm like, I'm getting nothing on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Instagram, though. Instagram is hopping.
Instagram stories, all that good stuff.
Our Facebook page is a sad page. All our friends, man. We got some supporters in our own personal groups, but everybody else just kind of, I don't even know if they listen. Don't say anything to me. Say anything to you, Brian?
No.
Bert, I know your sister listened to a couple. My sister was supposed to be on it and didn't even show up. We have shit fucking friends, and fuck you, Terry!
Fuck you, Terry.
I can't wait to tell her that we said fuck you, Terry, 100 times in this episode. Oh, she's gonna love it. And then she's gonna be like, you didn't say nothing personal about me on there. I'm like, I ripped you. Oh my God, everybody knows your shit. They know where you live.
What'd you say? Well, you're gonna have to download.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to the episode. She'll be like, I don't give a fuck what you said. I'm not listening. Because she's a stubborn ass bitch, too. But anyway, we appreciate you guys listening to us ramble on and the fact that we can't remember shit. And this is Stephanie.
This is Bart.
Fuck you, Terry.
Good night, everybody. Fuck you, Terry.